Okay, hot water tank. Same thing, we're going to put this into recall check as well. With the manufacturer, which is state, and the model number. Now, hot water tanks don't last as long as furnaces. They're more in the 8 to 12 year range. Typically around that 10-year mark, you'll spring a leak, and we've got a floor drain right here, and we're in an undeveloped basement right now. So we might push the limit on that a little bit and have it run for 12, 14 years, but you are increasing the risk of having a leak at that point. Once it gets to be that 14 or 15 years old, if you do take the risk and let it run that long, it will become less efficient. It's going to build up with calcium inside, and that's going to reduce the efficiency, and it's going to take longer to heat the water. You're going to get less hot water. It's going to cost you more to run it. This is a pressure relief valve, and it's just on a spring, so if the tank gets too hot or there's too much water pressure, this spring will let go and some water will come out. Now, this can happen normally from time to time, but if we see water just dripping out of this on a constant basis, we want to have a plumber come and replace that valve. This is a very important safety feature of the hot water tank. It's a sealed unit, so when the pressure gets too high, it can literally explode, and this is preventing that from happening. We also want to have this discharge tube on here with nothing on the end, so that water can just freely come out. If this is threaded on the end, so potentially someone could screw a cap onto it, or if there's a lot of changes of direction, that'll go in the home inspection report as something you'd want to correct right away. Up here, we've got a little fan that's drawing the off gases and pushing them outside. So this is a high efficiency hot water tank, or induced draft hot water tank. Now, we see here we've got an ABS plastic plumbing line here, and that's what they used to use when this house was built around 2005, 2006, 2007. They used this ABS pipe. You can see that that's the same pipe as the plumbing lines that are in the house, and these pipes were the ideal pipe to use at that time, but soon after starting to install them, they figured out that, you know what, PVC pipe actually has a lot higher temperature rating, and the flue gases coming out are reasonably warm, 200 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So we want to have this changed when we change the hot water tank to a PVC pipe, and that's another indication we know this is the original hot water tank. Okay, so take a photo of that ABS pipe, and then that goes in the inspection report, and it's going to say that the ABS pipe is less desirable than the newer PVC pipe. Now, we don't need to change this today, but since the tank is already getting older, that would get changed at that time. Another thing I noticed on the hot water tank right here is where the cold water is going into the tank. We're coming from a PEX pipe into a little bit of copper pipe. These are common water supply plumbing materials. And then down here we've got galvanized steel, which isn't as desirable. You can imagine that the steel inside is going to rust, it's going to build up and clog itself. Those rust particles are going to get into your drinking water and come out of your shower and so on. So even though it's a small piece here, again, when the tank gets replaced, we want to get rid of this.